And that's where that video came from that you saw, which is, you know, for most of my own life sexually, I thought that I, as a woman, had to show up the way women did in porn, that my body needed to look that way, that I needed to make the same sounds, that I needed to always be desirable, always be fit, clean, manicured, made up, with cute outfits. And it seems trivial and ridiculous, but there are these narratives that we as well carry as women in thinking that we always have to be desirable to the male gaze and that there's no other way for us to be and still be worthy or worth something. And so carrying a narrative like that causes us to show up in a very constricted way during sex. Because if I think I am out of line with the narrative or the idea that I have around how I think I should be or need to be desired by my male partners, and if I'm not showing up in alignment with that, then I lose presence. I'm in my head. I'm engaged in performance anxiety, just as men are. And it completely takes the presence out of sex. And in many ways, there's this limited range that we can be in during those kinds of sexual experiences. And it does not at all allow for the vast range of emotions that we have, for sex to be tender, for sex to be sweet, for sex to be emotional, for sex to be awkward, for sex to be something about self-discovery. It is not always the way it looks in porn. And in fact, more times than not, it is not that way. When it is, great, awesome. That can be a fun time too. And I think people are really under the impression that there isn't much outside of that or the sort of vanilla routine that they have found themselves in. And there's so much more beyond that sex can bring us to.
Yeah, I mean, porn can be very misguided. I mean, some of that stuff that they be doing, I'm like, this is just this is ridiculous. I mean, even if you're a guy and you try to be like a jackhammer, like you're gonna burn out, bro. You can't.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the environment that we live, it doesn't support what you teach and what you talk about on your podcast. I think in this society that we live in order to, I guess, have like peace of mind or have a sense of self, you have to kind of detach and you have to really go in the opposite direction of how everyone else is thinking and what everyone else is doing. And even that within itself can be a struggle because you get ridiculed, you get shamed, you get your name called. So it's very difficult to be doing just simple things outside of the norm in this society. That's what I think.
Yeah, I think we're at a very unique time in history right now, arguably one of the most interesting times to be alive, where more than ever before, there is a space and many platforms for us to do things differently. And I think it's conversations like this and the work that people like us are doing in the world that are really starting to open people's eyes to the fact that there are other ways outside of the conventional paradigm to operate.
Yeah. So how did you get started? How did you get started? What inspired you to do the podcast?
I've always enjoyed speaking.
Okay.
I love having conversations with people. I love asking meaningful questions. And I love being in conversations where everyone leaves feeling better than they did when they started. And if there were any intention for my podcast, it's to leave my guests feeling seen, heard, acknowledged, expressed, which is one of the cornerstones of my work, is self-expression, and to have conversations that leave a mark on the world, that leave a positive impact on the world, and that can help to normalize some of these topics that have otherwise been considered taboo. Sex, sexuality, relationships, communication. I really aim with the podcast to have conversations that people either aren't having or people aren't having enough of, and doing so in a way that feels casual and laid back, but that still informs and leaves people with new information.
So what type of responses have you gotten?
Well, actually, I'm about to kick off a new season of the podcast, which I'm really excited for. I don't know if you've ever seen Red Table Talks. Jada Pinkett Smith hosts them. Okay, so she basically just gathers women around a red table and they have real conversations. And so this next season on the podcast, I'm going to be gathering women for the show, both in person and virtually, and just, acting like we're best girlfriends kicking it around a table or on a couch in someone's living room and having deeply meaningful conversations, but in a way that takes down the barrier of it needing to be so academic and teachy, right?
Yeah.
I am having experts on the.
There you have it. Back at you with another video. What's going down? Yo! Yeah. Smash the like button. Share the video. I'm going to share my screen in a minute. Talking about this Chris Brown situation. Oh boy. You know, I don't like the particularly Jesus Christ. It's starting to get a little. Hold up. I don't necessarily like talking about celebrity business very often, but there's something almost always you can learn from a lot of this nonsense out here. That's why I wanted to talk about it. You know, so Chris Brown denies. This is on XXL magazine. Chris Brown denies rape allegations. The text messages from alleged accuser surface. Now, you know, yes, TMZ picked this up first, like they normally do in most cases. And you got to be careful out here. And unfortunately, we don't get the benefit of the doubt out here because we don't have the best reputation. So if anything usually happens with us, most people will say he did it. We're not going to get a benefit of the doubt. Even a celebrity won't get the benefit of the doubt if he's a black male. And it's unfortunate, but that's just how it is. So that's what we got to deal with. So even if you're a celebrity, you still don't get the benefit of the doubt. And plus, being that Chris Brown don't have a good rep as a celebrity, this goes back to him being with Rihanna. Really, he never really recovered as far as his image goes from what happened in the past. Now, some people will say, well, why you got to make it about, why you got to be about race? Why does being black have something to do with it? Well, it's two reasons. Number one, we just happen to be in a country that was built upon racism. It was built upon robbing, stealing, and killing. That's just what it is. Check the records. If you really want to dig deep, go to the Library of Congress. If you really want to dig deep, if you really want the truth, that's where you're going to find the truth at. Or you can just travel, you know. So that's the first reason why. Second reason is he's a celebrity and he just happened to be a black celebrity. And we know that a lot of celebrities have groupies. We know this, everybody know this. It's not like it's like a big secret or something like that. I mean, celebrities have groupies just like athletes have groupies. I've been to college. I know how things can happen sometimes. I know what it is, you know, especially if you're in the public eye, the football player go 21 charges drop also this week. Oh, you talking about this my man from quarterback from Houston. What's my man name? Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, that's good. He got them charges dropped because the shit was bogus. You know what I'm saying? But that's only federal though. They could come back with civil charges. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't over yet. It ain't over yet. But he ain't going to prison. Well, we know that. They ain't going to prison. And we know that, But, we don't get the benefit of the doubt when things go down. And see, we're at a point now where you got to be careful who you let come over to your house or who you take back to your hotel room. I mean, a lot of guys record women coming back to their hotel room, like walking back to the hotel room. A lot of guys are recording shit under the disguise that they have a YouTube channel or some shit like that. Yeah, a lot of guys are doing this, and I don't blame them. A lot of dudes is like they record going to the hotel or going back to the house, and they'll record even when they get to the house. They'll record up to a certain point. And then you got some guys that take it too far. They're secretly disguising, they're secretly recording women. I don't recommend that, but at the same time, I understand why they secretly recording it, because they don't want the woman to come back just like this woman did and get all in her feelings and say, hey, he raped me. She got on all her. Let me tell you what. This is what I took from it anyway. TMZ, they don't really be saying too much. According to TMZ on Wednesday, Reezy shared voice notes from her alleged accuser, who filed a $20 million lawsuit against him, as text messages from this same woman emerged online, seemingly proving the R&B singer's innocence. So, in the voice note, which according to the video was sent on Saturday, February 26th, the woman is heard saying, "You're like reading the messages and stuff, and you haven't blocked me yet, so I'm guessing you don't hate me. I just want to see you again. I mean, just you answered the phone and then hung up. Just let me know if you want me to leave you alone. I definitely will, but I really just want to fuck the shit out fuck the shit out of you again. That's what she said now. Hey, she sound desperate to me, man. Hey, I said, it sound thirsty to me, man. Man, he must have put it on her, boy. So that's the text messages she said. And let me see. As for the series of text messages exchanged between the woman identified in her lawsuit as Jane Doe and Brown, which were reportedly obtained by both TMZ and Radar Online, the two apparently conversed after alleged rape took place in December of 2020. Within that conversation, the woman, who is a professional choreographer, dancer, model, music artist, sent nude images to to Brown, advised her to take a Plan B a morning after sex to avoid pregnancy. The woman also responded in one message saying, "I want to fuck you tonight at midnight." Man, she put it on him, boy. He put it on the boy. So she sounded a little thirsty. TMZ reports that a month later, after the woman and Chris Brown spoke of meeting again, which didn't end up happening, she sent another nude photo of himself and text, "You were honestly the best dick I've had. Just want it again." God damn. Chris Brown got that word. After not receiving a response, the woman typed again, "You knew full well I wasn't pressing you about no dick. You told me to stay and then gonna try to play me. Uh-oh. She upset now. Nah, that's crazy. I didn't deserve that, but you deaf got it." Phone and text messages emerged online. Chris Brown also shared a message on his Instagram story. He wrote, so this is what Chris Brown wrote: "No more dragging me through the mud. Clearly you can all see the cap. Now let's see if the media will keep that same energy they had trying to destroy me to run the real story. Me and my team are taking legal action on this situation. You don't play with people's lives like that. Thanks, Team Breezy." Hey, hey man, Chris Brown put that thing on him, boy. Now clearly, this was a jump off. You know what I'm saying? But she got in her feelings and probably started saying, "Hey, I ain't gonna be one of your other hoes." Yeah. And hey, how come we don't know how the woman look? Think about that. Why don't we know how the woman look? Why didn't they show the woman? And she sounds like, based on the text, like she's a white woman. Sounds like she's a white woman. And here's a lot of things. Here's the deal with a lot of these white women. A lot of these white women out here, believe it or not, have a problem when a black male rejects them sexually. Oh, we don't want to talk about. We don't want to open that can of worms up, do we? Oh boy, yeah, a lot of white women have a problem with that. You know, they don't. Oh no, yeah, a lot of white women have a problem with that, boy. How dare you reject me? You know, how dare you reject me? No, oh man, that's like murder to a white woman. How dare you reject me? I'm supposed to be doing the rejection around here, not you. Yeah, yeah. A lot of white women don't like that, boy. They feel like We supposed to be happy that she's in our presence. So that's where a lot of that aggression and aggressiveness comes from. And within that and within that text, you have to understand where she was coming from and how she thinks and how she's been raised to believe that, you know, she's, she's uh, she's privileged in this society, you know. So think about, there's guys out here, man, that's been in a similar situation where a woman called rape on them, and they went to jail. They went to prison. They didn't have no team of attorneys to work for them. You know what I'm saying? And everybody has known at least one guy or heard about at least one guy that got set up and went to prison and lost everything. His career was over. His football, basketball, his college career was over. Everybody knows a guy indirectly or directly, or have heard of a horrible story like this in the past at some point since you've been living. You know? And it's unfortunate because if you can't pay for an attorney, you're probably going to jail. You know, especially in these little small ass hick towns. You know, I'm telling you, Mississippi in the house. Yeah, she mad. Can't get. I want your cock. Yeah, smash the like button. I want your cock. I want your cock. Give me your cock. I'm so disappointed in you. If you don't want to mess with me, just tell me so. You know that. Look, nobody owes you no explanation. You're just a jump off. How come you think you're better than the rest of the girls that he smashed after the show or after the party? She thinks she's better because she's a white woman. She's been raised that way all her life. They think in that manner. You know, you don't have to necessarily have any talent or have a good work ethic. Nothing like that. Just be a white woman. Look halfway decent and have a certain level of expectations about yourself and have a sense of entitlement. That's it. And everything's supposed to fall in place. But it don't work out like that for a lot of y'all white women. And that's where a lot of that aggressiveness comes from. This is why you got a lot of these Karens and these Susans is going off online with videos on people. That's where a lot of that comes from. Because things didn't go as well like they planned. White guys ain't messing with you like that. The white guy you had, he left you for a younger woman. So now you're mad. And then you have a lot of younger white women, they feel like they should have been married a long time ago. They should be in a better position. They're not in a position that they would like. So that's where a lot of that aggression comes from as well. She ain't where she want to be, you know, and now it's kind of like I get a chance to be around a celebrity or entertainer, a well-known guy, and I like this guy. I like smashing him. Had good sex, and I want to be friends with him. I want to get close to him. I want to feel special. you know, it's that mindset. But Chris Brown just knocked it down, man. She ain't like that. She's supposed to be the star of the show. Nope, you just another one. You just another one. That's it. You just happen to be white. You just happen to be a white woman, but you just another one. That's it. And now she mad. And there's a lot of smart women out here, man. But there's a lot of scandalous women out here too. So you got to be careful, man, when you're out here, man. Like for real, for real. Because I could have easily been caught up a long time ago if I didn't take certain precautions when I was in my 20s. Because during that time I was in the military, and even when I got out the military, I was traveling around and hanging around a lot of people, men and women. So I was going to a lot of parties all the time, and I was always the type of guy, man, that I like to know what's going on in my surrounding. It didn't matter how much I had to drink. I was always that guy that looked out for everybody. You know, they might not necessarily been that person that was looking out for everybody, making sure everybody made it home and everything, making sure everybody was straight. I was always that guy, but things could have easily went left real quick with just the activities and the things we were doing. See, because I understand that as a black man in this country, it's hard to have a good time for an extensive period of time without something happening. If you have fun all the time, I mean, I'm talking like you partying, meeting up with different people, you're smashing, you're taking trips, you're very active in your city, in your town, or whatever. Eventually, something's gonna happen, and you're gonna have to pay out some money. That just comes along with the territory. Now, if you can't afford to pay out the money for an attorney, well, you need to keep your ass home and slow down. And I know because I had to pay out a couple $1,000s on multiple occasions. And I didn't do anything wrong. But it ain't about if you've done something wrong. It's not about that. It's about people are just different. Some people are trying to come up. Some people are trying to take advantage. That's just how it is. And if you're driving a lot, you're going to get stopped by that racist ass cop that's out here. Eventually, it's gonna happen. It's going to happen, guaranteed. Because you know how we are. I mean, if you feeling good about yourself, you might be a high roller. You might be the type of guy that, hey, you trying to live your life to the fullest. So you're going to get that nice car. Yeah. And that's why you're going to get stopped. That's why you're going to get stopped. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because see, the cop feels like you're not supposed to be in that nice car, that BMW or that Beamer. I'm sorry, not the excuse me, that BMW or that Benz or that Range, yeah, or that heavy Chevy, 1965 heavy, that Chevy Impala that you got on 22-inch rims, candy paint. You know, he must be a dope dealer. You know, that's what the cop thinks. You're like, what? You got to be doing something wrong to be driving a nice car like that. And that's why you gonna get stopped. But they gonna stop you. Hey, your car looks suspicious. Where you going? You know, they stop you and make up some old cotton picking bullshit story, like they mostly do. You know, so you can't have too much fun in this country. It's based on my experience. You know, yeah, you might have your moments, but I'm telling you, if you having fun all the time, you every week you rolling, or you even in your city, you popping bottles at the club. I'm telling you, eventually something is gonna happen. It might not happen with you directly, but somebody around you, something's gonna happen, and you just happen to be there with them together, and you're gonna have to deal with that. Whatever comes along with it, you're gonna have to deal with it. And some people, I've said this to a lot of people, and I challenge them: go have fun, live your life, ball till you fall, and see what happens after a couple years, couple months. See what happens. I guarantee you something's gonna happen, and you're gonna be like, "Yo, man, I ain't done that wrong, man. I ain't done that shit." And you're gonna have to pay out some money, buddy. that comes along with the game. You know, if you're gonna live that life as a high roller, you're gonna have to pay. When it comes to us, now when it comes to other people, oh, that's a different story. That's a complete different story. Look, there's a lot of double standards out here, man. That's just what it is. Is it fair? Of course not. You know, it ain't fair. Life ain't fair. But that's just how it is. And we don't have a good reputation in this country. They destroyed our reputation. And if anything happens to us, nobody's gonna believe us. We're not gonna get the benefit of the doubt. You know that. And that's just how it is. So we got to deal with this if anything happens to us. Yeah, check out the Patreon. You know, we don't got a good reputation, man. Just like why they've actually done studies on this. They've actually done studies on this where before they went to trial, well, I think after when they went to trial and they sent the jurors back to make a decision, man, as soon as no, I think I got that backwards. There's been times where the jurors, as soon as they saw the accuser, they say, "Oh, he did it. He guilty." Even before the trial started, man. They've done studies like this. I think Harvard or Princeton done studies like this. They labeled the guy guilty even before they heard the case, man, in the courtroom. That's crazy. You know? And that guy, 9 times out of 10, he don't have a defense team like Chris Brown. You know? And this is why a lot of us go to jail. Because we don't have the money to pay. Unfortunately. You know? So any woman, damn near any woman, white women specifically, can make up anything. And they're going to give her the benefit of the doubt. 100% of the time. If I'm lying, I'll challenge you. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong if I'm lying. I know people personally that have went to jail because a white woman lied on them. My nephew went to jail because a white woman lied on him. People in my family went to jail for this. You know, we see it with the football players, basketball players. We hear stories like this all the time. And what about the stories that we don't hear? Now, what about the ones we don't hear about? What happened with those guys? They go to jail. They go to jail. That's what happened with them. They take a plea deal. That's what they usually do. Because they can't afford to pay for a team like Chris Brown got. So, my thing is this. I try to avoid certain situations in life. So I don't even risk myself being in positions like that. This is why I don't rock with the white women like that. Because I understand how it could go left in 15 minutes. With a 10-minute phone call, it could go left. With a 10-minute phone call could change your life. Then check this out. These white women, they understand this and they know this. So don't act like they're not. Don't act like they don't know what I'm saying to be true. They know this is what it is. You know, they're not dumb when it comes to this. Now they might be dumb when it comes to a lot of other stuff, but no, not this. No, no. They might not want to talk about it. That's okay. But they're not dumb when it comes to this. They're not dumb when it comes to the politics of this at all. When it comes to the politics of relationships between black men and white women. Oh, white women, they'll school your ass. They'll have a whole conversation with you about this shit. No. Nah, they can't lie to you on this one. They know what time it is. They know what time it is, man. Yeah, hit the Cash App and subscribe. They know what time it is. Facts. Oh yeah. I have a first cousin went to prison in the mid '80s for a white chick he was fucking. Yeah, but because she probably got mad and you ain't treat me. I don't like how you treat me. Or she probably, it could be anything. I don't, I ain't one of them, your hoes and this and that. And, things could go left real quick, man. Or you ain't kissing her ass. That's a big one, too. You ain't kissing her butt, or she might say, you being uppity. You being uppity. Uppity Negro. I got that a couple of times. I've been called that a couple of times. I've been called that at the job. Of course, they didn't say it to my face. Somebody else came back and told me. They said, "You're uppity." I'm like, "Oh, really? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not kissing your ass. That's all that is. I'm not a butt kisser." Yeah. No, her husband doubled back home and she lied saying he raped her. Oh, man. Damn. You see, stuff like that, happens, man. You know. And how much time did he get? She had to lie because, and that made sense to her husband too, because, you know, if she was to tell her husband the truth, she would have got a divorce. And, it just doesn't make sense why a pretty white woman would want to have sex with us. So she got to lie. Isn't that's insane? Even that way of thinking is insane. But a lot of white guys think like that. A lot of white people think like that. They don't understand why. There's a lot of white people, man. A lot of white guys out here don't understand why white women desire us or attracted to us. They don't understand. To them, they done everything in their power. They destroyed our image in the media for what? Over 100 years, 200 years, or well, more than that at this point. So and if I walk in the room, they still looking. Damn. That's where that thinking comes from. I mean, how could you want to be with somebody that we despise so badly, and we lied on them, lynched them, raped them, done all kind of despicable shit, and you still like them? Damn! What we got to do for you not to like them anymore? That's where a lot of that comes from. If I'm not mistaken, I believe 17 years. Let's see. That's horrible, man. This is why you don't go to another man's house to smash his wife or girlfriend. Stay out of another man's house. That's why you don't do that. See, that type of shit could get you killed or end up in prison in his case. See, I would never put myself in a position like that to be sent to prison, because I know what it is. I put myself in a position to win. That's how you got to think. You got to have that frame of mind. It's kind of like before you do any move, make any type of move, you got to think like this. Is this going to help me progress in life, or I'm going to go backwards? If you're going forward or backwards, that's how you got to look at it. It's kind of like, let's say you think about meeting a woman tomorrow. So before you meet up with that woman, that man or a woman, whatever, if meeting this person, is this going to help me move forward in life or backwards? Is this even a fun person to be around or a nice person to be around? Do they have integrity? You know? Because people are either pushing you forward or holding you back. That's it. There's no middle ground here. Some people say, well, I try to stay neutral. You're going backwards. You're going backwards. Don't try to play no neutral. Get out of here. Yeah, because people be like, "Oh, you ask somebody a question, and they'll be like, oh, maybe." No, okay, maybe. Get your ass back there. Shit, you play that maybe position with somebody else. Don't play that with me. I don't play them games. But hey, follow me on no, follow me on Instagram. Follow me on the gram. Follow me on the gram, man. Yeah, follow me on the gram, man. And don't forget about my Patreon. I'm gonna be man, I got a lot of shit on Patreon. I didn't realize how much stuff I got on there until the other day. I said, God damn, that's crazy, man. I just added a new video yesterday and audio 2 days ago. I was showing my girls, man. I was showing my ex-girls, man. I ain't never done that before, man. Yeah, it's all good though. So I was showing the type of girls that I like. You know, these type of girls I like. Yep, everything but white. But hey, if you don't see, you got to check out the Patreon to see that. But overall, it was a good video, though. I like different type of girls. I don't like women like most people. I like women for different reasons too. It's not just because, not solely based on looks. I kind of, after you done as you get as I gotten older, I stopped basing things on looks all the time. Yeah, I gotta be attracted to the woman, but it got to be more about her than just looks. God damn, that shit get old after a while. Now, do I even like being around her? Can't stand being around her for very long. She might look good, but she got a brain it's like a brick wall. So it doesn't matter how she look. I'm still not going to be able to stay around her very long if I'm talking to a brick wall. You know what I'm saying? So those are just couple things that that's how I get down. That's how I roll. You know. But yeah, that's how I get down. That's how I roll, man. Yeah. But you might be different. You might be different. You might say, hey, I just like a woman that look good, that can cook and clean and take care of the household. And that's okay if that works for you. But for me, I like, a woman that cook for me, clean or whatever. That's cool, you know, and look good. But I also like a woman to be by my side every once in a while too. You know, Sometimes it depends on what type of guy you are. You know, it just depends. I'm the type of guy I'd be out and about, but not necessarily now. But before the pandemic, I used to be out and about all the time, and sometimes I used to have women with me, so she has to be okay being on my side. You know, and sometimes I want to meet other people, other guys, and they have wives or girlfriends. You know, and sometimes if I realize if I have a woman and he got a woman, it's usually easier to meet, easier to talk, have things in common. And sometimes having a woman open doors that you wouldn't necessarily be able to open if you were single or with no woman. You know, that's how it is. That's how that is, man. But hey, I'm about to get up off here, man. I'm pretty much said everything I need to say about the Chris Brown case, and that woman ain't getting no $20 million. She basically dropped everything once he put the text out. So Chris Brown beat that, and that's that. But just know that always put yourself in a position to win. Always remember that. If you keep that in mind, you will minimize most of your problems just in life in general. You know what I'm saying? So hey, like, share this video. And again, man, follow me on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Follow me on Instagram. You know, and till next time, I'm out. Peace.